get you over. You like love sour, then you should come try my poison. She said, I grew up in the garden of Eden, and ever since then, my lying eyes are deceiving. Trying to get you over. You like love sour, then you should come try my poison. She said, I grew up in the garden of Eden, and ever since then, my lying eyes are deceiving. Man, there must be something wrong, 'cause I can feel her crawling around in my chest. Every time I try to pick her up, while she wraps herself around my neck. This girl, flower.
It would help to actually turn the microphone on. So, good morning. Yeah, there I was like, hey, microphone is turned down. Nope. I had actually turned it off in the settings. Yeah, I was trying to shoot a tutorial. So, that's how it goes. We are on TikTok this morning as well as YouTube, and we're going to be getting into the build for wrong computer to share that. Man, I have to remember which is which these days. But let's get into the build. We're going to be building the tea house, Japanese tea house today, and I've picked this nice little spot to build it on. So let's get building. Hope everybody's having a good time, a good day, as it were. Oh, hold on. Let me get this up. It's Tuesday. We're closing into Christmas. Oops, wrong one. Projector output. Right, we're heading into Christmas. And I hope you got all your shopping and everything done. I actually do sound better today, thank you. I was able to sing some lyrics and record some lyrics yesterday. So that was a plus. Morning, Mr. Biz. How are you doing? Man, it's so nice not to have all that snot. This little area here is located. I've been looking around. I literally flew around the entire map looking for all of the different kind of prefabs. So that was an interesting journey. Kind of wish I had done it on live on stream. But there's like lots to discover. A Abide Guy discovered the blacksmith shop that I built over in the world. So it's there. This area here, you can choose to either build along the coastline, but you have all these coastal buildings and everything, or you can come up to a nice, relaxing lake that goes into the ocean. You can find these all over the place. There are a couple of them. You know, you just gotta zoom it. Well, first discover your map, and then discover, and you know, then zoom in. But there's another one up here. That's a longer river. Then there's this one up here as well. But this is a different setup for that. Oh, this little area I haven't discovered. But Matty B and I have been looking around, trying to see what the different locations are. He found one that is so different. There's like a little pitch and everything on it. But anyway, right now we are going to build the Japanese tea house, as stated. So 7 by 7, because you don't want to go 8. 8 is a bad number. The word for 8 sounds very much like the word for death. So it's why that word is not used in culture. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that Japanese or is it Chinese? I forget which one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I may be mixing up Japanese and Chinese culture. If I am, I'm so sorry. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, cannot go that way. Codex. Nope, wrong tool. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh boy. Gotta go higher. Is that 5? 6. Oh boy. So this is 7. 7. 1. Just gotta watch your heights, that's all. Make sure everything's set. It means we're gonna be pretty high above the lake, but that's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna have to do a little bit of a repair. The bottom. The important thing here is that you get 7 by 7. Thing is, it must be square, or the roof pieces are not going to work. So just keep that in mind as you do any builds. Yes, and Kitty is going to be a little scattered today. I'm so sorry. TikTok and YouTube, she usually does a really good job. So I'm not too worried. See, it's so much higher than I want it to be. Maybe if I extend more over the water. You know what? Why don't I do that? I'm going to extend more over the water. Get it half over the water. So let's destroy that entire thing. See, I only decided this morning, once I got on, that, hey, beside the lake would be beautiful. It would be a great area. So, oops. Hey, Lady Light, what's happening? We're building the foundations today because we know how to have fun. I believe that was a count of 5. Alright, see how perfectly lined up both of us? Alright, let's try this again. Okay. So 1, 2, and 3. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 and a 7. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. You need an extra 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. There, that should give us a good height. So it's not too low, it's not too high. Now, anytime you're building anything that has a roof on it, you do need to add an additional 4 to compensate for the wall pieces, because the walls always go outside. The floor pieces go on the inside, so you need to accommodate for that. So just remember that little factoid for it there. All right. So this puts us in the beginning. We now have our shape and our height, and we know what we're building here. Now, we're going to be building mostly with only with the Ninjago. We may throw in some generic as well, but and possibly some Shogun, but right now the focus is on these guys. So, using the same pieces that we were yesterday, we're going to build out this tea house. It's not going to be any of the temple. I actually have to get back over to building a temple so we can use some of the temple walls and other stuff that we have going on there. But this is where we're going to just kind of lean into this idea for a little bit about this structure. And it's usually, I've looked at the other buildings and everything, and this structure seems to keep repeating. The column, pillar, column, wall, big wall. So there's a fair amount of that going on. And I love how they've, okay, actually I would say how these windows are double-sided, but the windows are not double-sided. That is a lie. So I'm going to take that back. Nope, wrong place. Ah. Okay, I just want to get through this pretty fast. It's just like repetition, really. So we're going to kind of speed through this. The side walls are entirely going to be up to you. I mean, all the walls are really up to you, how you want to place them. Seriously. Just moves at the last second. Fine. We'll fix it up after. One, two. We have where we have our entrance, and the back over here we're going to repeat the same pattern as we have in the front, and really go and fly around. Just turn on fly mode and go and explore the island. The thing is, I'm seeing a lot of the islands are different. At first I thought that they were all identical, but apparently they're all very different. So you're gonna have to explore your own, and you will find some familiar looking buildings, different buildings than your friends in some cases. So there's that whole aspect of exploration, because they have these little surprises built in where you don't expect them. Like there's little shrines to some of their co-workers. There's a little statue up on top of the at the monastery, and if you do a bit of parkour, you'll find these cool little statues and kind of events just built into the entire fabric of the game. So it's really cool to discover. Now, let's see. The sides, we're going to pop these over here. I'm going to use a different wall for this. Mainly to just fill it up. So, you know what? I'm going to use this as a temporary holding wall. Watch it become permanent. There we go. This really is to get the spacing set. So, you know what I just do? Use a bunch of these guys. Hey, Arison, what's happening? You guys must be having a ball right now. Because you have the direct cultural touchstones. We are just using like all these different movies and everything else except reality to inform our builds. What is the Japanese community thinking of the release? That's one of the things I've been wondering. Oh, you know, actually, this floor is probably really good. So I'm going to use this one. Although, where is my... Oh, there's... So this is the other floor. Okay, and I remember why I was going to do this one. Because we need to have not just a 16, but an 8 on the inside. So we can go all around, then we're going to go to 8, and we're going to add a little bit of extra space, because we do need that space. Uh-oh. If you're close to the water, be very careful about putting pieces in the water, because you will not be able to destroy them unless you follow certain steps. So it can be, oh boy, bit of a pain in the butt. DBZ? What's DBZ? Dragon Ball? Dragon Ball Z? I'm just trying to build out like Japanese villages and some of the structure. Taking a lot of cues from what they've given us in the game. So it can't really account for Dragon Ball Z. Oops. There we go. And then we can get our courtyard. Is that too big? Could I have made that smaller? Ah, there. That one is too small. It's missing a step. There. That's better. Now, I'm gonna have to reorganize these guys once I get them down. That's just part of it. But one of the things that you can really do with these is make sure that everything matches. So when you get your big pieces, 16 by 16s, it then changes how everything's laid out. So 16 by 16s connect very, very well. One turn and it's seamless. Not so much for these guys. You'll see where these don't match properly. So then you have to come back and just take it and do a little bit turn. There you go. And that matches. Take that one, pop it in, turn it. Sometimes it's just like 1 or 2 turns, but you can make everything match and flow. See? Nice matching and flow. Really giving that aesthetic of the stone courtyard. There we go. Yeah, that's a nice looking stone courtyard. Got a couple more pieces to lay in, but here we go. There. Now, we have the mighty half wall. I'm going to use one that looks a little bit dirty. I don't know why. It just feels better, okay? Well, at least to me. I don't want the courtyard to be too perfect. When it's perfect, it doesn't look lived in. It looks like a set piece. Okay. So this is coming from over here and into the entrance. Okay, so we're gonna do with corners now. Corners and interiors. So that's gonna be set right there, and then we're gonna bring out these corner pieces. Wait, what's going on here? Is this wrong? Right? Is this wrong? Okay, right. It's supposed to go over 2. Then you have this piece that goes out to the end of the stairs. So long as everything is set up properly, then you should be able to take this, place it, and the quarter. There you go. See, nice flow. And what this is doing is actually setting up the placement for the roof as well. So that's going to come in shortly. And this center column actually comes in really, really useful right around here. go. This is nice and easy. Boom, boom, boom. We actually figured out how to build this over the weekend and build a couple versions. And this is a smaller one. The bigger one is like a 9x9. And it feels more, you know, like akin to setting up a base the bigger you get. So this could be used as a base. It's not like a big palace. It's more something you'd find in the middle of a town. And you have this whole interior section here, which is sectioned off into little rooms. This is like a tea house. If I'm wrong, please somebody correct me. I've been trying to do my research on this and get most of this right, especially the interior structure of it. Okay, that one is going to have to go right there. Is that on the corner? Yeah, that is on the corner. If it aligns to there. So, this should align to here. And see that now is lining up to a window. I don't think that's acceptable. So I'm gonna have to fix that alignment. Did I put it into the wrong place? Oh, yeah, I did. It's lined up to this. There we go. That's the one. Of course, we do lose some space, but we can throw down a door here as well, since some areas are going to be closed off. So we left that little space there, so doors can be placed in. Oh, dang. There goes my light. You know, it's fine. Threw me off for a second there. Alright, so, right, your interior walls, you can pretty much decide how those are going to go. So, with me, I actually set up a bunch of tea rooms here. Some were smaller, some were bigger. We actually got a chance to use some of these tables. Are they? There we go, this one. So the idea, this is more like a common space, common, more like a restaurant space where you can have your tea, and I believe Japanese take the tea very much more seriously. It's not like having a coffee. Hey, TikTok, LA Fishman, good to hear you. Well, thank you for the sub, Jake. Jake the Silly Grookie. Gotta be careful saying some of these names sometimes. But I'm glad you're liking the builds. I'm just going to give a couple ideas here and there. You can go ahead and decorate, you know, make an entire tea house out of this. Or you can turn it into a base. I'm going to show you guys in a little bit some more rest of the base. But let's finish out the rest of this build right now. And we're going to be using some of the lower roofs. So it's not going to be like a big roof going on like you're kind of used to. We're focusing in on. Actually, no, I believe it's the same style of roof that we've been using for this. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know what? Why why am I counting? Why am I not getting a measuring stick and just popping it there? So this is 8. This is 8. Then a 6 should bring it out to where that needs to go. So the corner should always be there. So measure 8, 8, and 6. Okay? And then clean it up. See, there's always a way. 8, 8, 6. So when I put the roof on, I should be going directly to there. Yep, that works. You don't have to guess anymore or do a count and get completely thrown off when you miss one. This happened to me more times than I can count. Eight, 8, 6. You know why 6? Because 6 plus 2 from the 2 at 8 there makes 8. So I have 8 out on both sides. There we go. You have placement all around. Now before I get a little too much into that, now we have the floor down. I should get rid of some of these guys. You're gonna figure out how you want to replace this. But my main thing is about getting the columns set. Especially for this front area that goes into the water. We're going to build a nice looking veranda off of this. Hey, good morning, Kaboom. What's happening? Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Let's get this out. Still gotta figure out where to place the columns for this. So that's another bit of measurement and placement that we're gonna have to do. It's amazing how many buildings I've found that were raised off the ground. Usually in coastal regions. And we know how tsunamis, occur. There's a tsunami warning system and everything. So, I suppose due to flooding and different, you know, tsunamis, etc., there's a reason to have a lot of the houses raised. Now, I know we usually have like raised houses around like lake regions, mainly because of flooding concerns. So I imagine it's something similar. When you have floods happening, you want to be prepared. Yeah, I don't think my measurements here are going to stack up. I'm just going to not do that anymore and go back to the roofs. Just with the roofs, at least I have it measured. So back to these guys. There should be 8 of these. 1, 2, 7, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Okay, I guess I was wrong, because those cut into it half and half. So that's actually kind of perfect. The DeLorean arrives soon in the... Does it actually arrive in the shop? Do we get a chance to buy it? Has that been confirmed? Because I was surprised to see it in the game as it was. I still have to go in and record a video of me time traveling. I want to do a cool transition. Do the time travel thing and then on the other side, as it reaches, it turns into Lego. Now, that's a cool transition right there. Okay. Now we have to do the inside. So we have the hips. Yep, here we go. These hips don't lie. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1. Here, we're back to it again. Why do I keep doing this to myself? 8 is right there. 8 is also right here. Duh. I have to count. I just have to be equidistant. There we go. Now, the big question is it supposed to be 8? I don't think so. I think it's supposed to be a 4 space in between 5 and 8. Maybe a 6. Let's try 6. That does seem rather wide. If I was close to the other build, I would be able to go check. But I'm not. That may work. Let me try it out over here. Do a 4 instead. I think it's going to be the 4. How wide are these things in the roof? These are actually a little closer. Interesting. These are okay, so Doesn't have to be that wide. You know, I dig. I dig. Do you dig it? We can dig it. 2, 1, 1, 2. Man, that feels super close, but let's go with it. So, hips don't lie. So we should really set down the corners first. So that if there's anything wrong, we know immediately. Yep, like this. Set 3 and set 2. And then we have the 8, so 16, 16, 8. Nice. And then the A. Oh no. Oh no. This is now space of 6, not 8. I need 2 singles in there. So because of that, the spacing now needs to actually come in. Okay, so spacing goes in 2 on both sides, and that takes care of that. All right. See, the interior is always so much trouble. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we are at 4. Let's get this one side sorted out first. Make sure the spacing is right. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, spacing is now proper. Amazing. So, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the last one. There. Perfect spacing all around. Now the thing that's going to change everything is this next bit. You're going to love this next bit. An illuminated charm. Is it night? Okay. So, we have too much space in here now. And we can go 2 ways on this. We can try to bring it in closer. Check this out. The problem is going to be on the other side. So you might have to lean into it a little bit, because this, while this technically works, it has some issues of its own, like spacing. I mean, it's like this is like super tight right here. You can't really do much more, but it does give you a more simple line. If you wanted to get really technical, I suppose, you could go ahead and get some of these pieces and line them up on the inside of here. So have the outside like that, and then do something like this on the inside, because these are raised up. Not raised enough, apparently. But the whole idea is that you have these now on the inside, taking care of the rest of that. So I mean, that is an option. Just depends on the look you're going for. One of the other options is also... Wait, hold on. What's this? These guys go around, I think these are a full 16, not even 12. So those are a little bit wide. Now these have a bit of a ridge, but they don't play well with those. So your options are kind of limited when it comes to this kind of spacing. But you can play with it a little bit and see what you get. I mean, let's just fool around here. See, now I can't put that there. How'd you solve a problem like Maria? Sorry. My wife was watching the Sound of Music last night. I swear it's one of her favorite movies. She says it isn't, but it's one of those Christmas standards. It's just always on at Christmas. You know, I might go with something like this. You don't really ever, once it's built, you don't ever see it. It's just there. So the perfect line doesn't have to exist right there. Or you can always go lower. Now check this out. You got this guy to wrap around right here. Now I wonder if we actually did a combination from the inside. That one is set. Maybe it should be higher. See the back of it. You know what? That could work. We just need something in here to cover this up. Ev, can you please take the dog out?
Hi, come here. Come on.
All right. I really want to go back and take a look at what I did for the others. I know I did something a little different. May have been adding a little bit more space or something, but okay, so that's lined up. I may have scooted it in. If I scooted it in too, what impact does that have? That's a huge impact, doesn't it? Because we got 4. We don't have singles. I would have had to have used a different roof for this to work properly. So, let me take a look, actually. I think I've had to use these roofs because the only hips we have are these guys and these guys. These don't allow for, they don't give you any other options. So I think most of the problem solving has been at the top. Okay. Good to have that verified. One, two. So 1, 2. All right, let's get to problem solving. I'm going to go ahead and pop these guys into corners. We're going to build up a little bit, get a little creative with it. I would almost prefer a plain look as opposed to a cobbled together one, but only almost. Let's see now. Where is it? Where is it? There we go. Single pieces. Single pieces. All the single pieces. All the single pieces. Put your hands up. Whoa, whoa. Oh. Yep, bye. We'll come back. Oh no. That was a lot of damage. I thought they had gotten rid of that. Guess not. Back on track. Sorry, I can get hung up over some of the smallest details. And to tell you the truth, the roof is not one of the small details. It's one of the things that has vexed us from the very beginning. Because just trying to find the right spacing for the roof has driven many people mad, including me. Because you don't want to mess with roofs. You just want to know you're going to pop down your walls. You pop down your floors, pop down your walls, and your roofs fit. But we have this endless game that we play where we now have to go and figure out how the roofs are going to sit. So we have pieces like this. If we try to stick to the one kit, it may be a little problematic because how big is that corner? This now presents a different problem where only one side is raised. So, try to fix that. Let's see what we can do here. Alright, I think we may have a solution. 929 people. I'm getting off at 10 because, you know, can't do this all day. Just a reminder that I am the MadPuck6. Your first time here, please leave a like and subscribe. I stream every day from 8:30 a.m. till 10 a.m. Always live builds in Lego Fortnite. And we always do epic builds. Oh, maybe not necessarily all epic all the time. But we do try to keep it interesting. And, you know, try to teach different techniques, different ways of thinking to make you a better builder in Lego Fortnite. You know what we need here? I think the biggest thing we need is a riser. That is just like half a space out. No, actually this one is right in the middle. So that is actually set perfectly. Let me see. This should be able to be set right in the middle. So you're in the wrong place. Set this in the middle. This in the middle. Is it a problem with the height? Is the height on both of these the same? Only thing different is the corner. Because this technically it should be one higher. I mean, I hate to do something like this, but okay, even this is not doing it. In the center, and this is not in the center. What the heck is going on here? That isn't any higher than that. Weird, man. So that should be touching. Okay, this is bizarre because this is not working the way it's supposed to. Okay, let's see. So, this is sitting on, let me get the illuminator that has been requested. Oh, that's tragic. How are we gonna fix that? Okay, so that's like one in, and that's one in. Oh my, okay, so it's definitely not centered. So much for that theory. Okay, so this should be now centered. But it's not centered on that. Oh my god, it's centered on something else. Spacing on these don't make sense. They have to be exact. And we just went the entire way around there. Okay, my only other options are to close it off with something like with doing this. And I really want that ridge. So, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a compromise. A design decision. I'm going to keep the corners. So let's pop these corners in. I keep those corners. Then I'm going to take these guys and finish off the rest of the roof, and then come back and make the corners decorative. I think that's the only solution that we have at this point. Add a little bit of it's better than going flat, like what some of us have had to do. So many different solutions to fixing the roof, and well, not exactly the one we wanted. You just have to have the spacing on this set from the very beginning, so you know how it's going to attach. I think I went through a couple of demolitions on the previous models trying to get to this point. And to think this was supposed to be the easy build method. Alright, so we have that down. Now let's build a corner so we can actually place something there. So corners. Standard corner is not going to work. What do we have? Oh, look at that. Definitely not the code. I think this spells more out of touch than anything else. But can we do something like this? Or will it just look out of place? Maybe something a little more subdued. Oh, wait, hold on. They have a corner piece. Where is it? Corner piece is right here. Oh. Interesting. Don't think I like it, but is it enough to get us going again? Nope. Oh, I kind of like that. How wide is that? That is a six wide. I could have used that one. We're in a brand new territory of learning all your pieces again. Okay, little rooster. No, I'm gonna go and take a look at the other builds and see what we came up with. But let's finish this out since it's now 9:30, 9:40.
Evan? Is Lily out? Right. I bought waffles for you. Yeah.
Oh, right. First, we need to put this down. This is in the wrong place. Okay, well that's fun. And by fun, I mean what? That's a mix and match. I'm not too fond of that, so don't hold me to it, please. I'm just gonna pop this in the corner. Because these are the only beams that we have to work with. Everything's in the roof. The other beams are the red beams. We need some dark. Dark wood. There we go. Then we can get back to here. Pop these in. Oops. Too far out. Now today's Tuesday. Kaboom, are you doing a stream today? Like a dragon run again? Possibly like one last chance to get in on a dragon run before the before Christmas. Some people want hippopotamuses for Christmas. Some people want dragon runs. Which will it be? I want a dragon run for Christmas. There we go. Alright, let's get this down. one. Got corners. I chose the wrong floor for out here, and I'm regretting it. But it is what it is. We'll get around to fixing it. So there you go. Those are some nice pieces to bring pieces together. Those two twos. Single for two corner. So go from outside corner 16. Get this in the middle. Ah, there you go. And there you have it. Nice little veranda. It's overlooking. So, can I get into the air? Come on, fly. Thank you.
Evan. Yeah.
Then, of course, you want to set up your doors. So you can either have like a big open door, like some of these places have. Or you can completely close it off. There we go, generics. Remember, I am trying to keep to one kit and not go wandering all over the place. So this is all about the Ninjago Ninja Kit. Well, tomorrow I might look at building a bigger house, more of a mansion. But we'll see how that turns out. Okay, I think that needs to be. Why do I keep doing this? You know what? This should be right here and right here. Okay, so your interior, not interior decoration, but your decoration should be pretty straightforward. Banners and candles and stuff. My head is in the way. I'm not seeing things properly. So, let's see, statues. There we go. These are the ones I'm looking for. So, I like these little statues with the lights. And these go very well with a little bit of bamboo. Or some bonsai trees. Now to the entrance, I want to put a little something bigger. Now there's a smaller one. There's two of these guys. There's a smaller one, and then there's Is this the smaller one? I think it is. I thought there were two of these.
Don't squish into the wall. Here, don't squish it into things.
It's on paper.
Here.
It's on paper.
Hold on. So that's the small one. Oh, there it is. The big one. Thank you.
Push it more.
There. I feel better about that.
What do you know? There's nothing in there.
Oh yeah, and Kitty's definitely working today. But there, here you go. You have your basic courtyard, and then you can go and add your lights. Then we're gonna go and take a look. 949. We're gonna take a look at the other one, at the other setups, to see the differences. And the differences are really all in the roof. See lots of hanging lanterns here. And there we go, mostly complete. You can add some additional lights to your entrance. Announce your tea room is now open. You know, minus the tables and other furniture, which is maybe a little more difficult to deal with. Let's see if we can get some furniture in here. So, credenza. What kind of decorations can we get? These jars are going to be in play a lot. Oh yeah, and that jar. And of course we have some of the big ones. I'm not even sure I'm using these correctly, but I probably most definitely am not using them properly. Now, we could probably get away with actually taking these walls out and using room dividers, because room dividers are quite versatile, and they look really nice. See, these guys here. Allow you a little bit more flexibility. That little space does a little something. So, you know, you get to decorate however you want. If you want to stick things to the walls, I gotta warn you that there are some issues with putting things onto these particular walls. You can't. Okay, well, this one you can. I think it's the red wall that has a problem. So check this out. You can't put... Yeah, so on the red walls, you cannot add any of your chests or wherever you want. So that is a little bit of a problem. Alright, so I have this built out here. Tea house out in the middle of nowhere. We are going to head back ever. What did Dirty do? What did Dirty do? Man, I wish the multi-stream chat worked properly. Okay, we're gonna head back over to the main base. Where is the main base? Okay, so that's D. Here we go. It's not that far away. Dang. Dribble there. I am a mess. Okay, so what do we have? Okay, so remember when I was talking about using this as a base? This is the bigger one that I built out. And this is a 9x9. You would think it wouldn't be that much bigger, but there it is. Definitely bigger than the other one. Plus, you know, bigger doors, etc. So there's a fair amount more going on here. We got 3 windows across, and the spacing on the roof allows for the full placement of this on the inside. So the spacing over here works. This is just one case where it fully works. So I mean, like, in order to get something similar, you would need to do a similar spacing on the inside, but you would actually reduce a lot of the space in the courtyard. Oh yeah, she totally kills it. Now, of course, we have our tower over here, a blacksmith, and this is the other one, the original tea house. This is the first one I built. So we actually managed to get these pieces up, and it went straight to the edge. So, don't know what I did to get that in like that. Seems to have worked out. So I did have to get the spacing. Oh, it just closed it off completely. Huh. Well, fancy that. See, I was probably thinking about the bigger one. But there you go. Just close it off completely, and then you can pop these guys down. So you have your options. This one, you know, I did decorate a little differently. Of course, everyone is going to be different. I just had left this entire front open so you could come on in. It's veranda. There's the bounty in the air and then in the ground. Oh, Haskins, you have Oriental animal barns? Come on in at any time, man. Haskins, you're always welcome here. Okay, so I was also messing around with, I added another village center here, but with an actual, like a shop. This is currently a restaurant, so, you know, they can come in, you know, preparation area, eating area, but most of them have, you know, living quarters upstairs, because it's not like you worked somewhere else and came to work. Most of where you worked was your family business. Oh, this is the island, so you can come. You can just come and join me, and I'll let you in. Give you a key. Not a problem. No. Then this is just general house. Still trying to figure out the spacing on some of these guys to build up the village, but I want to build a couple more of these shops in different styles and get them around. But, you know, kind of just follow the structure of the village. And then a couple things that I want to do is actually add a couple of farms on the exterior, because the farms really those are what fed the entire village. So you have your animal farms and you have your crops. All the rice paddies are on the other side. So over here would be, you know, mostly your coastal town and a fishing village. So I gotta get the fishing village set up. I was trying to build some of this over in your world in Craftopia 5, but Haskins was doing a tutorial. So I ended up building over here instead. But I did finish, well, almost finished the tea house. Good morning, lady. How are you doing? Okay, it's now 10 o'clock, so we're going to give way to another streamer. I am the MadPuck66. I stream every day from 8:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. You know, always live builds and Lego Fortnite. We do sci-fi, Star Wars, Star Trek, Lord of the Rings, fantasy, sci-fi. And we're building up a Ninjago village with different areas, recreating a lot of the builds in the world, and also expanding on them to give a more immersive feel into the whole Ninjago experience. You know, show that kind of demonstrating that you two have the ability, since we have so many of the pieces in here, to build pretty much anything you want. We're going to do another stream tomorrow, but there's probably nothing for Christmas. But I know there's probably another stream coming up. I haven't checked. But thank you guys for joining. If it's your first time here, please leave a like, subscribe, you know, and come on back. Watch the videos, watch the tutorials. There's lots of stuff that you can learn. And for those asking for the tutorial for the ships, give us a little bit of time. We usually have to go and build them first in order to share them. Sharing a ship is different than sharing a house, for instance. This kind of stuff we can do pretty much live on stream, but with the ships, it does take a little bit of time. So I appreciate your patience. Really, I appreciate your patience. Thank you. Anyway, I will see you guys later, and tomorrow let's see what we can do for Christmas. Maybe a look back, maybe expand the village a little bit, but we'll be doing something fun, and I guess I will see you tomorrow.
She said, my love is like a flower. I'm trying to get you over. You like love sour, then you should come try my